our move is almost upon us. Had some friends come over today and give me a little help with packing. We basically worked on my bedroom because admittedly my bedroom is the worst bedroom and the worst room in the house. Um, I don't like my bedroom, so I don't sleep in it. I sleep up here in the living room. Um, and so my bedroom has kind of become a storage room, basically, so it's like where everything goes, that you need to get out of the way. And so we put a good dent in that, and I'm so grateful for the help to have some help with that, because I was a little intimidated by my own bedroom. Let's not let that happen again. I've got a couple of bags together for the DI so far. Definitely need to I'll probably have a couple more before I'm done. And creating these are going into storage things, and these are going into the apartment things situation here. I'm anticipating I'm probably going to end up with more in storage than I would like in storage, just because the apartment is so small. It basically, the whole apartment fits in the upstairs here, and this is not a big place. I do have a good sized kitchen here for a rental kitchen. It's probably about 12 by 10 or something before you take away footage for the cabinets and appliances. But, and a decent sized dining area just outside the kitchen before you get into the living area, which is actually a pretty, it's long wise, it's a good length, but it's very narrow, so it's probably not more than 10 to 12 feet wide at the most, but maybe not even that, because it is very narrow and it's been very cramped in there. And my couch got picked up today and taken away, which has created some space, because that couch was humongoloid. And but when I bought it, it was on clearance. I was technically my very first brand new couch ever. And I got a really good deal on it because it was on clearance. But of course, I never liked the style and the color of it, and it was just awful to move, especially as a small female. And I did get accidentally trapped under it once. So I will not miss that couch. So, but yeah, it's we got basically about one more week here in Utah, and then it's off to the new apartment in Vegas, and trying to be comfortable and get to know the area and whatnot. And I'm a little found myself a little relieved today, because I did get a call from one of the Home Depots I'm interested in transferring to there. Definitely, Home Depot is a very good company to work for, but they need to work on their transfer process. One of the things, one of the reasons I chose them is because when you're researching them online, it mentions that, that there's transferability for your job. And when I interviewed originally, I asked about it, and and she was like, yeah, oh yeah, sure, yeah, sure, but I guess if you're somebody who's never transferred, then and maybe it goes smoother for other people, but I'm definitely a little surprised because it needs some work. So basically, technically speaking, I'm not guaranteed to still have a job with Home Depot after I move. Um, so, any of the places that I've contacted and I'm interested in, um, can all decide I am not what they want in an employee, and I don't get preference over possible new hires or anything like that. I don't get any preference at all for already being a Home Depot employee, from what I understand. Maybe I may be misinterpreting something, and definitely was surprised to find out that that there's no guarantee when you need to transfer that you will be transferred, or it could be a very slow process. Learned from someone at my current Home Depot, and I knew he had transferred from like New York, not New York City, but upstate New York, someplace like that, and he had been living here in Utah, I think, for over 2 months before his transfer finally went through. Now for him, luckily for him, he's former military and has military connections. So while he was waiting for his transfer to go through with Home Depot, he was able to work on base. I don't have a luxury like that, I don't have a husband, or anything like that. It's just me and Cherokee. Yes, she does get a disability check, but it is not necessarily much that you can really survive on. If you think about rent, how much rent is for, typically two people like us would be in a 2-bedroom like this, like we have here, and this isn't the biggest place. It's not the nicest place, and it glad for the appliances that it does have, that they're functioning, but there's no dishwasher except for Cherokee and me, and Cherokee's broken, so that means me most of the time. Occasionally I can get her to do some, but most of the time it's me, because I have found it's not often worth it to fuss at her too much about it. But so, and again, we're still not going to have a dishwasher, and it's a super duper tiny kitchen, definitely the smallest kitchen of all time as far as my rentals are concerned. There won't be room for both of us to be in there at the same time. It's a one person only kitchen, definitely. So, and very short on counter space. So definitely some of the things that I have, like a blender, and I have a toaster oven, they're going to be sitting in storage, because there's just not enough room for them. So, but that's okay. So as I get to know the area and figure out what's what, get an idea of where we really want to be, and maybe we'll stay where we are for a while. So 3 months, maybe I'll renew and do another 3 months and whatnot, and we'll just kind of wing it here for a little bit and see how it goes. So I have some people I need to try and contact to let know we're moving, and because they may want to see us before we go, and that are kind of non-related family. I've been fortunate enough to kind of accumulate some of those as I've moved along here, and definitely have some really close friends here that I'm gonna miss very, very much. Hoping for the best here. Feeling for the most part, very optimistic. Every once in a while, I get really scared, and I don't like to be scared, so it usually comes out kind of in a dark joke way, you know. So my little how do you call it, casket, just dark humor. It's just dark, and so that's how I deal with it, because I don't like to be scared. I'd rather sound angry than scared, you know, or whatever. But crossing my fingers, hoping for the best, and like I said, feeling pretty optimistic for the most part, and and just keeping it together as best I can here as we get things organized and whatnot.